Yes, sir. That's going to be coming up a little bit later in the show. Welcome in. You have now entered the RDU Live radio show right here on Oak 93.5 WRLY, and I am your host, Cameron McCarty. If you're listening on the FM dial, I appreciate you. Go ahead and turn us up. Buckle up. That traffic, once again, it's 6 o'clock. It's rush hour here in the Triangle. We always promote safety here. And if you're watching online on one of the YouTube or Facebook streams, I appreciate you. Look, I always like to say this is an interactive show. So when we're not playing music, we are more than welcoming your calling in. So that phone number is 919-899-9305. That's 919-899-9305. And if you're driving, don't pay attention to this part, but if you're sitting on your couch, if you're at home, if you're on your phone, go ahead and get in those comments. If you're on Facebook or YouTube, and they always like me to say this, hey, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. They say it helps the algorithm. I'm just a messenger right now. Look, we got a jam-packed show for you today. This is going to be a good one. We have an actual guest in the studio. He came in here just like a rock star right at the right time. It was perfect. We got Mr. Twiwan Joyner coming on with us, sitting in. You kind of heard a little bit of a taste, just a little bit at the top of the show. We're going to be playing some of his records live right here on the radio in just a little bit. But yeah, this is a jam-packed show. Twiwan, let's make sure that mic is working. Say hey to the people.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Twiwan. You know where I'm at, 93.5.
93.5, that's right. Hey, I've been saying this name Twiwan. It's Taiwan.
Taiwan, yeah.
Yeah, see?
The first W silent.
The first W is silent. So we're already learning the first tidbit of information about the guest today.
Hey.
So
let's get it.
So, you know, like what we like to do at the top of the show, always we talk about something that's relevant, something that is top of mind, whether it's in the Triangle or just around what's going on. So something I wanted to hit on that I kind of did last week, and I want to keep furthering that, is there's actually a couple open mic nights tonight. There's a couple open mic nights this evening. I'll be trying to make my way to one or both of them over at Southline Brewing. Southline Brewing. It's run by, the open mic session is run by Adam Lee Decker. He was actually on the show last week. And he has an open mic session he does over at Southline Brewing. I want to say it's the second and fourth Tuesday of the month. So that's tonight. It's at 7 p.m. over at Southline Brewing. So if you're looking for something to do, looking to hear something, and you're over in that area, go check it out. And it's Tuesday. You know what day it is. It's Tuesday. And every Tuesday over at Hey Talk Collective Kitchen and Cocktails, you got CJ Baker and the crew. They're over there. They're faithful in that particular jam session, that open mic night. They always have a special guest. They always open it up to musicians, to artists. And ironically enough, Hey Talk Collective Kitchen and Cocktails on a Tuesday night is where I met the artist that you're hearing today. So the reason I wanted to point that out right here at the top of the show, hey, if you're an artist listening in the area, or if you just like to listen to music and you're trying to get your music out there, you're trying to network, you're trying to talk to people, hey, visit these places. You never know who you're going to run into. You never know when it's your chance to, get an interview on the radio, get your music played on the radio, or just do some good networking. So I want to start pointing these out and showcasing these open mic night sessions and where things are happening, because like I said, this guest sitting across from me right now, he found me at Hey Talk. I found him and he found me. I don't know, how do you think that worked out?
I don't know, man. It was just meant to be.
Meant to be.
It was meant to be.
So Taiwan, I appreciate you for coming on the show and being here today, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Where you from, and are you from the Triangle? This show is about the Triangle. What we got for you?
Sure.
What you got today?
Well, I was born and raised in Durham, Bull City.
Okay.
I've been making music since I was like 18. I say that's about 13 years now. So I've been out here strong.
Yeah.
Putting together shows, events. I do have a clothing label that I've been working on. I just started my LLC like a couple years ago.
Oh, shout out to the business. Shout out to the
Yeah.
business.
So
So we got an entrepreneur. We got a musician, an artist, and a businessman sitting across here. Okay, we learning.
Sir.
Yeah.
What else can I say?
Okay, so you're from the Bull City.
Yeah.
Do you live in the Bull City now, or you moved to Raleigh?
No, I'm still in Durham.
You're still in Durham.
Still
Okay.
in Durham.
Okay. And so so what kind of music do you make? The people heard a little bit of a taste of what you got going on.
What they hear?
So I gave them a little bit of taste of Sunrise, just a little bit, just a little bit.
Yeah.
We're gonna play these tracks, as the show goes on. But tell the people, what kind of artist are you?
I would say I'm more. I know I'm different from a lot of artists. I mean, because I rap, I do sing sometimes. But as far as on the rap side, I would say I'm more of like conscious lyricist. I like to speak about like things in my life that I got going on instead of just the same old narrative that everybody pushes a lot of times. They always gotta sell drugs to make it out or something like that. I try to do the opposite because I know. Cause I got 2 kids myself. I got 2 sons, and I know.
Shout out to the kids.
Yeah, man. And I had this one line that says, "I said name a black man that hip hop didn't influence," because from the 70s to now, hip hop has played a major role in a lot of black people
in all of our lives, whether we listen to it or not.
Yeah.
It's a part of our culture.
Yeah.
Or the culture in general, white, black, but the culture in general.
Yeah. And it's just and. I know the power of music. I know, just thinking about back to middle school. What was hot when I was in middle school? The Franchise Boys.
Okay,
That whole era.
Lean with it, rock with it. Shout out.
Just seeing how everybody was dressing. They wanted to dress like Fabo or whoever it was back then, and just seeing the power that it had. That's what kind of drove me to it, because I felt like I'm a natural born leader, and I want to be at the forefront of making those moves.
Yeah. So. You're not a follower. You're a leader.
Yeah.
And so you want to be a part of something that kind of sets those trends. And I can already tell just from your conversation in a positive way.
Yeah.
I can already tell. This is what we're about. We're having a good conversation here. Look, we got. Hey, if you're just joining in, a lot of people kind of join in below the top of the hour. We got Twiwan on with us. This is an interactive show when we're not playing music. Those phone lines are open. This is a conversation between me and Twiwan, and we always want to add you into it. So that phone number is 919-899-9305. That's 919-899-9305. So we're learning a little bit about you. You're from Durham. You like to make some conscious music. And we're gonna play that Sunrise track. I queued that one up first for a reason.
Okay.
We're gonna play that in just a second. But tell us a little bit about what you've been doing. I saw that you're making a media round. So I saw you on some podcasts and stuff. What was the last project you just did?
The last project I did was February Zone, and I titled it February Zone because I felt like when I first started rapping, I was trying to not necessarily fit what everybody was doing, but I felt like I had too many like people in my ear at the time, and it kind of altered some of my decisions. So and this is the first project I did where it was just without having nobody around. It was just me and the mic and the notepad and the beats too. I make beats as well. But so I named, because February is the month I was born.
Okay.
And I just named it February Zone because I feel like this is like my own. This is like how I how I feel now. And I just turned 30 like in 2022.
Shout out. Growing up. He's growing up.
Yeah, man.
No, I like that, man. So, I used to dibble and dabble in making a little music. I'm not as good as the guest that comes sit in my show, but I know a little bit. And when you talk about the conscious thing and how you're kind of explaining your album about February Zone, a lot of thought goes into it, right?
Yeah.
And you mentioned something about you did this one with you and a mic, right? You kind of go in there and zone in. And you said you make the beats. So are you making the beats and writing the music, or you doing it all, or you go grab beats from other people? How do you do that?
So I would say about 75% of the beats up there I made. The other like 25 is YouTube. I found stuff on YouTube that I like. But I try to, one day I'm gonna probably produce an entire project. But what with me is I find I want to create a different sound, because I can always make my beats and with my sound, but I might sound differently on somebody else's.
Yeah.
So just trying to approach different sounds and different ways to bring it all together.
No, that's artistry, man.
Yeah.
That's artistry. And one thing that I'm really, in our conversations, one thing I'm really trying to do for the listeners out there, I have, my listening audience, they're driving down the road, and it's a wide range of people, right? Mm-hmm. And what I want to do with this particular time block is show the commonality between music, right? And like you just hit on it, having a different sound, and searching and finding what sounds good, how to get those words translated into something that feels good, that sounds good, that makes sense. And it doesn't matter the genre. Everybody's trying to do the same thing.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do right now is we're going to cue up this track, Sunrise. Tell us a little bit about it, just a little bit. Let's tease us.
Sunrise. I made this track, so it's all the things that happen at night before the sunrise. And, Triangle area, Raleigh included. Raleigh got their rough parts.
That's right.
Just like Durham. And a lot of stuff happens after the sun go down. You got, prostitution, you got people on the corner selling dope, you got all type of stuff that goes on, and that's really what that song is about. It's just everything that happens before the sunrise.
All right, let's do it. We about to play
It's one of my favorite songs.
Nice. We're about to play Sunrise by Twiwan.
Hey.
Yeah. Before the sunrise, know them freaks come out at night. All I see is shadows moving swiftly through the night before the sunrise. Mental gotta keep it tight. DMTTAC third eye open, taking flight before the sunrise. Reach for the ceiling, touch the sky before the sunrise. Cross my heart, I hope to fly before the sunrise. All you need, I will supply before the sunrise. Marksman, I will hit bullseye. Before the sunrise. Before the sunrise. You know what I'm saying? This is where it all goes down. Before the sunrise. Before the sunrise. Before the sunrise. You probably hit this and be terrified. Introspective televised. You can't take me down that road, you unauthorized. I can see the fire in your eyes. You've been waiting on my demise. I can see the president be telling lies. Mary Jane, Purple Rain, Prince lullabies. Now everything counterclockwise. My mama told me to be streetwise. Then one day you be the man, have them hypnotized. The one blessings you forever be immortalized. See these haters, they on standby. No, really you just ran by. No, young nigga, keep your head high. Give it to the most high. Because we winning by your landslide. You know them freaks come out at night. All I see is shadows moving swiftly through the night before the sunrise. Mental gotta keep it tight. DMTTAC third eye open, taking flight before the sunrise. Reach for the ceiling, touch the sky before the sunrise. Cross my heart, I hope to fly before the sunrise. All you need, I will supply before the sunrise. Marksman, I will hit bullseye. Before the sunrise. 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 I'm from a city where it ain't safe at night. My niggas lurking in the cut. I already know what's up, so we keep it pushing. Ain't no second looking. You can get your life taken. Better watch out for them stick up kids. Put that barrel to your dome. Out your pockets, everything you give. One's just wicked, and the other one trying to feed his kids. Tell me, can I live on my city act like this? Some of my niggas water whip, blinking, icing up they wrist. Situation life or death. Some just ride out with they vest on. Level the playing field. My greatest weapon is the ability to destroy and build. Hitting on my flows, feeling like I just popped a seal. Someone you should know, so please don't make it such a big deal. Let me give you how you learn it. I know that feeling is concerning. Confessions of a God, hell's fire steady burning. Steady burning. Before the sunrise, know them freaks come out at night. All I see is shadows moving swiftly through the night. Before the sunrise, mental gotta keep it tight. DMTTAC third eye open, taking flight before the sunrise. Reach for the ceiling, touch the sky before the sunrise. Cross my heart, I hope to fly before the sunrise. All you need, I will supply before the sunrise. Marksman, I will hit bullseye. before the sun rise. Before the sun rise. You know what I'm saying? This is where it all goes down. Before the sun rise. Before the sun rise. Before the sun rise.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey.
That was Sunrise by Twiwan. So while the song was playing, he was giving me even a little more insight into that track. I really dig that track. If you listen to the words and giving your explanation now, it even makes more sense. You were saying that you wanted to sound almost like a soap opera kind of thing. What do you mean by that?
Like, I just remember being at like my great grandmother's house, waking up from a nap, and then hearing the theme song to like "Young and the Restless" or "All My Children."
That's right. That's right.
And it's like the what am I trying to say? Like, not well, it is kind of like a dramatic sound. It's like real drastic, and it's almost, I wanted it to complement what I was saying, so you can kind of like picture what I'm saying in your mind, like as a soap opera.
Yeah. No, man, that's to me, that's powerful because you're painting pictures with words and sounds.
Yeah.
You know, you're painting pictures with words and sounds, and you know, I've said it on this show almost every week, man. I feel like music, you know, should make you feel something.
Yeah, for sure.
Should make you feel a certain way, and it seems like, you know, when you go into the writing space, that's what you're trying to do.
Yes,
that's what you're trying to do. So shout outs to that. So, are you playing any shows? Like, do you ever do any? So you and I met at Hey Ty, you know, Collective. Yeah. And then I think I saw you at another one.
Unscripted.
The Unscripted joint. So shout out to the Unscripted Hotel downtown Durham on Monday nights. They have an open mic kind of jam session. They have a house band and they have a DJ. It's the Bring Your Own Instrument series. Bring your own instrument. And I want to say they go from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. Something like that on Monday nights, downtown Durham, the Unscripted Hotel, the Bring Your Own Instrument series.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so big shout outs to them. So just kind of diving into like who you are and what you got going on. So I'm a dad. I'm a dad. I got a 4-year-old. Well, she'll be 4 at the end of the month.
Okay.
4-year-old daughter. And you're talking about, you know, you got 2 kids, you just turned 30. What keeps you going, just one from a day-to-day perspective, but also in the music? Like, what keeps you driving?
Oh, man, I think, well, not to sound like I'm psychic or anything, but like I know like there is the reward at the end of it all. So, you know, all the, you know, the tough times in my mind kind of don't matter because I know at the end of it all, the grass is kind of like the grass is greener on the other side.
Right.
Because I know what's coming for it. Like I went through all of this, but I know what's coming. So it don't even kind of faze me sometimes. I'm like, yeah, of course, that happened, but you know, this is what's about to come up. So
yeah. No, that's a great way to. That's almost optimism. Is really what that is.
Yeah.
That's optimism. You know, kind of looking at what's coming, and there could be better on the other side.
Yeah.
I feel that. You know, something. You know, as I talk to more people and interview artists, yeah, that's a common thing, man. You guys are real optimistic, man. You know, artists, whether it be musicians or painters or comedians, you know, you got this almost this optimistic ignorance about life. Like, it will be better. And me, I'm so cynical, man. I'm like, I don't know if it's half full right now. I think, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I think I done drank most of the water and it's really half empty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate that, you know, and I think that comes across in a record like Sunrise when you're talking about slightly negative things.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You're talking about negative things, but when you listen to the record, you're painting a picture to reflect what's going on. Even though it's a negative thing, it's a picture to reflect it. And I forget who said it. Maybe Langston Hughes. Don't quote me on that. But somebody said that, you know, art has a responsibility to reflect society. Right. And then it's always the question, does, you know, society reflect art? Does the art reflect the society? Yeah. Right. And so, you know, when you're talking about the optimism and then you're talking about a song or a record like Sunrise, it's that reflection and then how you put it on wax. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's one of those things that I really appreciate as a listener.
Appreciate it.
I really appreciate that as a listener. So I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yeah, no. So we kind of digging in here. So this is, I always like to do this, over and over. We got Twiwan with us. We got Twiwan sitting in the studio with us. We already played one of his records, Sunrise. It was a picture almost of a reflection about what's going on in the city. And once again, if you have any questions, any comments, put them in the chat if you're not driving. And if you're driving or on the stream, you can always call in. This is an interactive show. When we're not playing music, we're always looking to have a conversation with you. That number is 919-899-9305. So you're from Durham. All your family from here?
My immediate family, yeah.
Immediate family?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you think you're gonna be here for your whole life? You're Bull City till you die, or how's that work for you?
Man, I gotta get out.
You gotta get out.
Yeah. Nah, well, this is always gonna be home. This is like home base. I feel like I can always come back.
Yeah.
But eventually, I'm probably gonna move out of state or probably move, somewhere. Yeah, I say out of state because I want to be able to expand outside of North Carolina.
Interesting.
So
interesting.
Yeah.
In any certain place you're looking?
I thought about Atlanta. I thought about like Cali as well. Probably it's in between Atlanta or Cali. One of the places I'll try to get out to.
I mean, if you're thinking about it from a music perspective, two great choices.
Yeah,
two great choices. If you think about it from a music perspective,
it's a lot of opportunity down there or out there.
Yeah. No, that's interesting. Kind of when I ask that question to people, I always want to get the feel of like because I didn't grow up here. I'm from Jackson, Mississippi. I came up here about 10 years ago, and I love it here. Right, I love it. But I left where I was from to come here. Right.
Yeah.
And I see it from that outside perspective.
Yeah.
And then always getting the other side, people who grew up here.
Yeah.
Do you want to leave? And the answer is the answer.
Yeah. It's I gotta get up out of it.
Now, so when it comes to like your choices of Atlanta or Cali, is any of that based around the music that you're creating, or is it more so just places that you kind of pinpointed on the map?
It's actually it's probably surrounded around the music. Just because I see a lot of opportunities. I know Cali's one of the biggest influencers in hip hop,
right?
In general, that's where Pac come from. Too Short.
Yeah.
The list goes on. Ice Cube, Snoop Dogg and Dogg Pound, all that.
Yeah.
And then Atlanta, that's when around that late 1990s, early 2000s, when the Dirty South was really like popping. With Luda, like I said, them Franchise Boys. Another place I kind of want to visit, or maybe not even visit. I thought about Chicago because Chicago got a lot of opportunity too.
Yeah.
One of my favorite rappers is from there, Twista.
Yeah,
Twista,
okay.
One of my favorites.
See, now you're opening up a door here. We're gonna have to walk through. Who are your musical inspirations? You've been naming off a lot of names. And so now I gotta know who you listening to, who inspires you, what you got there.
So, hip hop wise, I gotta go with Hove the God, Hove the Great, Jay-Z.
Yep. Okay.
He's up there. Of course, Ye, Twister, like I said. Who else I listen to a lot? Surprisingly, a lot of people don't think, but I like the Game.
Really?
I love the Game.
Really?
The Game is he got some bars.
He does.
He's like a
bars.
West Coast Nas, like
yeah.
So let's see. Outside of hip hop, I just discovered a black rock band called Magnolia Park, and they're from Florida. And man,
Magnolia Park.
Yeah, they make some dope music, bro. I love it. I love it.
Magnolia Park. Okay, you just opened you opened something up for me. I hadn't heard of them. Magnolia Park. Okay.
I was on Instagram and one of their songs popped up and I was jamming. I was like, oh, who is this? I thought it was just somebody like doing like how they do the little lip syncing thing.
Yeah.
But it turns out it's their song. So I'm like, oh, this is tough. So it took me about about 6 months to find them.
Really? Okay.
Because it popped up on IG one time, and I tried to like save it, and I didn't.
Didn't, and then
like,
you trying to, yeah, oh yeah.
It was crazy, but yeah, I love Magnolia Park. It's one of my favorite bands. What is the name of that band? They sing that song. What's the name of the song? Black Sabbath. I want to.
Black Sabbath. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
They got that. Think I'm about to lose my.
Oh
mind.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We learned about you now, man. You opened the door. So you got Magnolia Park. I'm gonna have to look them up and check out some of their tracks. And then Black Sabbath, of course, is Black Sabbath. Okay. All right. I like the spectrum.
Yeah.
I like the spectrum. So who you bumping in your car when you leave here? Who you got?
Oh, I'm probably gonna hit Magnolia Park. They got a song called Animal.
Oh, you really into Magnolia Park?
Look, they got it because they make new metal, so they make heavy metal music too. And when I mean that's something I like. I got it. I even got my 4-year-old son. He loves that song.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a pretty dope song. I'm probably gonna bump that, and I'm probably gonna hit. Ah, man, I forgot it. Shout out to GOAT J. Cole.
J. Cole, there we go.
Man, hey, look, I've been bumping J. Cole since like 2005, since he first put out the what was it? It was the Come Up first. It was the Come Up, the Warm Up,
and then Friday Night Lights, all that, yeah.
Well, yeah, Cole, man, probably him and Dreamville. I'm gonna tell you a story, yo, real story between him and K-Dot, him and Kendrick.
Yep.
This is like I had just got out of college. I had moved to like Youngsville, North Carolina, and if you know about that, it's a real country, rural area.
Right.
My job at the time, I was working at McDonald's. I didn't have a car, so I would bike 4.5 miles there, 4.5 miles back. I was in the best shape of my life. But what kept me pedaling was the Come Up by J. Cole and Overly Dedicated by Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
I probably still know them albums front to back to this
Okay,
day.
yeah. I was in a similar boat, man. Dollar in a Dream had me going. Dollar in a Dream got me through some dark days.
What? I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
Wiping tears as I'm
right. Okay, I see where you're going with that.
Yeah,
okay,
man.
yeah. Shout out to J. Cole. You know, anybody who knows J. Cole is a North Carolina legend. J. Cole's a North Carolina legend. Shout out
2-6
to J. Cole. But so okay. Now I gotta dig a little bit deeper here.
Okay.
So I've had the conversation with a couple people about. Let's talk about metal and rock. I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not real versed in this area. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I try to pride myself on being able to listen to any genre of music. You know, I like to expand my mind and sit here and talk like I know it all.
Yeah.
But I can't get with metal, man.
Hey, metal, it's just one of them things you gotta be ready for
Is it okay. Let me ask the question this way. The music you make, that you particularly make, you like lyricism, right? You like to. With metal, I don't ever know what they're saying.
Oh yeah, because it's I don't be going in.
And now the people who listen to it be knowing what they talking about.
Yeah.
But I can't hear it. I don't know.
It takes me about three listens or so to hear some of the words. I'm more of a vibe guy. It's like if the vibe hits me and I'm like, oh yeah, I like this. Sometimes the words don't matter the first listen, but like after I listen to it and I'm like, oh, I like that vibe. I'm gonna go back and be like, all right, now what are you saying?
Okay. Hey, shout out to the metal rock. Because they're two different things, I think, metal and rock. Yeah. Shout out to the metal rock community. Hey, if you're an artist, if you're a metal artist, a rock artist, please come on the show. I would love to listen to your music and have a conversation with you. So I ain't saying I don't want to talk to you. I just don't get it. But yeah. So you're talking about a black metal band. That's something you don't see a lot, right?
Right, and that's what drove me to it because I was like, ooh, this is rare. They don't have any shows in the United States right now.
Interesting.
They're all overseas. I looked up their tour dates, and they're all overseas.
Oh, you really into them?
Yeah, because I loved it. I went in because they got some new metal. Then they got some actual just regular rock stuff and some pop tracks, and some of them pretty dope. Yeah.
So tell me what you know about it. So new metal versus metal and rock. What's the differences?
I think, in my personal opinion, I think new metal is the new heavy metal, like the newer bands, like they're
okay.
coming out and they're trying. A lot of them nowadays, with technology, they can, now use like different effects, like auto tune
Right,
and
right,
stuff
right,
like
right.
that. So I think with that incorporated with it, that's why they call it like new metal.
Gotcha.
But it's nothing really different from metal. I know rock and metal are two different things. And I think it's just on the scales that they play.
So it's on the music side of it.
I think it's really more of a music side because I hear a lot of guitar players talk about pentatonic scales and different things like that. Yeah. So I really think it's a musical like aspect to it.
Yeah.
If you listen to a lot of metal, I would say they have a lot of like distortion on their voice, and they want it to sound like real deep and dark. As far as rock, it's more of a groove, like Cherry Pie, that song.
Yeah.
My cherry pie.
Yeah.
That's more like a groove you can like bounce to, but metal is more like raging, like
Okay. So maybe I need to start clarifying as I'm learning. Then it's the metal that kind of throws me off. It's the rah.
Yeah.
Hey, if you are a metal artist, I want to have this conversation. I want to have this conversation because I can walk, Cherry Pie, like, and who was it? Didn't Run DMC did the track with
Aerosmith?
With Aerosmith, yeah, like stuff like that. I got you. I'm with you.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check this Magnolia Park out because
I'm trying to tell you,
you done got me interested now. You done got me interested.
Yes, sir.
Would you ever do like a collab with a metal artist or a rock artist?
For sure.
I
can't wait.
Hey, if somebody's out there listening and you don't want to come on my show because you hating on my show, hey, at least you can talk to Twiwan and y'all can get with Twiwan. Y'all get a track and then I'll have Twiwan back on and then we'll play the track through Twiwan if y'all ain't rocking. If y'all ain't rocking with me, all puns intended. All right. So you are you're on that spectrum. I love to have these conversations. I love it because two of my favorite genres are hip hop and country.
Oh, I love some country music.
I listen to country probably more than I listen to hip hop.
Word.
Yeah, okay. It's because I like the storytelling.
Yeah, see,
they're just storytellers, right?
Yes. That and I get a lot of writing inspiration from country music, just from the storytelling alone.
Yeah.
And they tell some beautiful stories. What's that one song? My stepmother used to listen to country music all the time, and it was a song that she played a lot. I went
skydiving. I went Rocky Mountain climbing. I went 2.7 seconds on a bull named Fu Manchu. Hey, shout it out. I think that's Tim McGraw. Yeah, shout out. Hey, when it come to country, man, that's my jam. And it's the storytelling. Yeah. And I love having these conversations, but it's a storytelling and it's a correlation, right? It's a correlation to hip hop in a way that it's not necessarily one-to-one, but when you're talking about hip hop, just like in your track Sunrise, you were painting a reflection of what is your reality and what you see. They're doing the same thing. It may be a different reality, but it's just painting pictures and talking about life as you see it, as you know it. True. And a lot of times they're talking about the same thing. Yeah. I drive a Dodge 1500. Yeah. There's a whole bunch of songs about big red trucks.
Yo, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is. It is what it is. So
it's this one new kid who got a fire country song right now, and I can't remember his name. Oh, and it's about. I think he's talking about his truck.
You're not talking about Breland, is it? Don't touch my truck.
I think it's that dude,
yeah, that's Breland. He's actually a black guy.
Oh,
black kid, yeah, Breland is. Yeah. It's a lot of crossing over right now, which I'm all for. I'm all for it, just because nobody has to be pigeonholed. You know what I'm saying? And it goes back to that first conversation we were talking about. Music is music. We're all trying to say that, and it's just finding that tone or finding that sound, finding those words and painting that picture. And all genres are doing the same thing. Even rock, even metal.
Oh, yeah.
We're all doing the same thing. Yeah, I love having these conversations, man. If you want to chime in, that number 919-899-9305. We're always looking to have a third or fourth person chime in with us. But yeah, like just always trying to expand your mind.
Yeah.
Trying to expand your mind. And that's I'm not necessarily a musician. I'm not necessarily an artist, but I like talking to artists and musicians because generally you're just more open to different things, So speaking of that, when you're not playing music, when you're not making music, what are you doing?
When I'm not making music, I'm probably on the COD, on the Call of Duty. I just bought a little handheld gaming thing with Xbox Live on it.
Okay.
It's called a Razer. I think it's made by Alienware, the gaming company. And I got the cloud gaming up there. I've been on that heavy recently. I've been on that Battlefield 2042. Or I'm just hanging out with my son, my oldest son. My youngest son is 3 months old. He's still an infant.
Oh,
so
yeah,
he
yeah,
can't really
yeah.
do too much. But my oldest son, it's a video of him on my IG from when he was 1. And I had a microphone set up in my kitchen one day. And he was like, I was playing some beats, and he was like, move.
Nice.
And like, he wanted to like rap. I was like, oh. So just,
starting them young.
Right.
Starting them young.
Just doing dad stuff. Oh, I forgot about this. I play flag football too. I play in the league in Raleigh. I play at Tri Sports, which is like not that far. They used to have a complex not too far from here. I play flag football. I just joined a 5'9" and under basketball league. So,
really?
Yeah, practice starts next month.
5'9" and under basketball. Is there a height restriction? Is that what it means?
Yeah, so it's meant for like, I guess like the shorter players. They said they will allow like someone 6 foot is like the maximum height that they will allow, because the goal is lower to 9 feet. So I've seen some videos, and I'm gonna talk to you about that because I like to play ball. So I'm right at 6. So I walk in barefoot and then they can measure me then, and then we'll keep going. But no, I'm gonna have to get up with you on that one. Sure.
So you got a couple things going on. You're playing flag football, playing basketball, being a dad, making music, working, doing the whole thing.
Doing it all.
Doing the whole thing. So you kind of said something. I think you were talking about not the flag football, but it just escaped me. Video games. Video games. Have you been to I've only been here once, so I'm just talking about it. My Bad Machines. So My Bad Machines is it's a couple. They have a couple gaming esports kind of places around the Triangle in general. But My Bad Machines, I was actually there, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. I don't know if you know who the Genius Party is.
Yes.
The Genius Party, they had an event at My Bad Machines. It's right next to, you know where Pinhook is in downtown Durham?
Sure. Yeah.
It's right next to Pinhook, or was right next to Pinhook.
Yeah.
The event that they had there, dope event. It was like beat makers. It was just a beat showcase. The Genius Party. Shout out to the Genius Party. Shout out to Lo-Fi Lounge and all the work that they're doing. But yeah,
I need to get up with them.
Yeah, for sure. I'll help you out. But yeah, so they're doing some amazing stuff. Genius Party and Lo-Fi Lounge, they're doing some amazing stuff. But they had an event at My Bad Machines, which is a gaming type deal. So they have, Xboxes and Super Mario all on the wall, all that kind of stuff. While like a hip hop event is going on, you can drink something, you can listen to some music. And I think they just moved to like a Cary location. So shout out to My Bad Machines. I went there to see Genius Party, but I had a good time. It was a great vibe. So shout out to My Bad Machines. We'll figure out, where you're actually located now in Cary and try to shout you out. So shout out to them. Shout out to Genius Party. Shout out to Lo-Fi Lounge for putting on some good events. Good events.
Yes, sir.
So, we're talking about, different things that you're doing. Is there any like open mic nights or anything that you like to go to? Any places that you kind of frequent?
I like the Hey Tide. Hey Tide is pretty good. I like the crowd and energy, and they always vibe with me every time.
Yeah.
No matter if I go in there feeling lovey dovey and sing some love songs, or if I want to go in there and be cool, they always vibe.
They vibe with you. Hey, that's the kind of atmosphere that they bring, and that's the atmosphere that I like. So speaking about your different types of music, the next track we got up for you is Grateful.
Grateful. Oh, I forgot about that song. Yeah.
Grateful. So what we got going on with Grateful?
I just one day I woke up and was like, I'm gonna start with this. I was always told I got talent, and my mother used to say, if you don't use your talent, the universe you might lose it. Like,
wow, yeah, that's real.
So I woke up and was like, one day and was like, you know what? I thought I had that heavy on my mind, so I rolled me up some weed and I was sitting there thinking like, I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I could actually, I got the confidence in myself to be able to go do it or just do whatever I need to do. So it's all in the title. It's all about just being just grateful for life.
All right. Well, let's try this track out. We got Grateful by Twiwan.
Yeah, and always remember, you make the money, and don't let the money make you. Woke up this morning, money on my mind, roll me another, now I'm feeling fine, put me in a different mind state, this is something they could never relate to, for my blessings I'm grateful. Don't sleep on my dreams, pretend to be awake and ask how much I'm making, who I'm penetrating. I continue basic by the questions, expression on your faces. Don't sleep on my dreams, see me in your sleep, I could alter your dreams. I know it's hard to tell cause so many of them scheme. Don't sleep on my dreams, yeah I must agree, I see you envy me. Loyalty, confidence, what they see in me. Money, power, respect, it's the key to life, so I lock it down every day and night. Head spinning like a poltergeist, take a chance, roll the dice. If I see snake eyes then I won't be nice. You know what it is, nigga, pay the price. This morning, money on my mind, roll me another, now I'm feeling fine, put me in a different mind state, this is something they could never relate to, for my blessings I'm grateful. Woke up this morning, money on my mind, roll me another, now I'm feeling fine, put me in a different mind state, this is something they could never relate to, for my blessings I'm grateful. For my blessings, I'm grateful. Always make that money, don't let that money make you. Free your mind, then you see how far it take you. Then you start to see why they acting so hateful. Told you don't sleep on my dreams, my vision they never will see. Frontin', they know who I be. Only the realists agree, adjusting their vision and making them see. It's a bigger picture, look around and see who hanging with you. Then you start to really see the difference. Woke up this morning, money on my mind, roll me another, now I'm feeling fine, put me in a different mind state, this is something they could never relate to, for my blessings I'm grateful. Woke up this morning, money on my mind, roll me another, now I'm feeling fine, put me in a different mind state, this is something they could never relate to, for my blessings I'm grateful.
This morning, money on my mind, roll me another, now I'm feeling fine, put me in a different mind state, this is something they could never relate to, for my blessings I'm grateful. Woke up this morning, money on my mind, roll me another, now I'm feeling fine, put me in a different mind state, this is something they could never relate to, for my blessings I'm grateful.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That was Grateful by Twiwan.
Hey.
Twiwan. Now when I ask the questions about, give me a little bit about the song, it all makes sense. It all makes sense. And I love understanding. It's almost like reading a poem and knowing what it means, right?
Yeah.
When you're listening to a song like that. Hey, we had somebody in the comments ask a question here. They said, is Twiwan a full-time musician or trying to transition to being a full-time musician?
I'm trying to transition.
Okay.
With y'all support, I could do it.
With the support of the people. So, I always, try to get a feel. And this is a great question because this is something I always like to ask is, this music, is this just a hobby or are you trying to really get into it?
Oh, I'm trying to get into it, man. I marched in the band in high school.
Okay.
I've always had a love for music, though.
Okay.
It goes all the way back from watching the bands in the Christmas parade.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I could do that. I was like, I could do that. So I picked up the clarinet first, picked up the sax, and then from there I marched all through high school. I still played sports in high school, so it was difficult.
Oh, you did a lot.
By my junior year in high school, I had to give up sports so I could do that. So I gave that up and I started doing like church basketball leagues and things on the side like that. But I'm trying to get full time if I could get there. That's why I started my LLC. So I'm hoping to be able to raise enough funds and stuff to have my own, space where I can possibly like maybe sign some artists. May not have enough to give them like $1 million, but $500,000, $500 here, you know, to put into some marketing and things like that. So that's like my end goal. So hopefully I can get there. Well, not hopefully, I know it.
You know, I want to pause it just for a second, man, and say I applaud that, literally.
Thank you.
Because always, you know, thinking, yes, music, that's, you know, that is the principal part of it, but really trying to do something, you know what I'm saying, and trying to put other people on, you know, trying to create a business, not even trying, you're actually doing it, creating a business to really make something, you know what I'm saying, make some change, to be able to make the music, but to do it on a scale, you know what I'm saying, and just having that mind state that not a lot of people have, and not a lot of people really appreciate, that it takes work. It takes work. It takes thought process, and it takes a will, and and you know, just, you know, so this is the first time that you and I are really having a sit down conversation, and if I've been listening, and I know our listeners have been listening. You know, Twiwan, he was talking about how he rode his bike to McDonald's, you know, 4 miles, and then, you know, he's a dad that plays sports, that plays Call of Duty, that does music, and now he's talking about his business. And he just told us in high school he was playing sports and in the band, that the thing runs true with a person. You know, you can kind of see the work ethic just in a 45-minute conversation. So I once again, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate being with good people that are trying to make a difference, that are trying to do something, whether it be in music business or whatever the case is, man.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
Yeah, so you just came out with February's Own. Are you working on anything, or right now that's the record that you got kind of shopping around and doing your thing with?
I'm still constantly working. I hear new things all the time, like new inspiration. I'm always, if you around me enough, people at my job, because I work at Verizon, so I know my coworkers are like, bro, shut up. I'm always singing or humming something, and I'll be like, ooh, that sounds good. Let me write this down real quick.
Yeah.
So like constantly, but February's Own is like what I'm pushing to the forefront right now, but I always got something tucked in the cut.
Okay, and so February's Own was kind of you being intimate with the mic, with the music, but is there anybody or any people in particular that you like to collaborate with, or have in the past, or looking to collaborate with?
So on February's Own, it's a track called Something Different.
Okay.
There's a saxophonist up there, my homie Donald Cunningham. Shout out Algorithmic. I can't say it.
Algorithmic?
Yes, Algorithmic. Shout out my homie Donald Cunningham. Came and laid some sax work on that. As far as artists I would love to work with, right now in the Triangle, I would say I haven't been out enough.
Yeah.
It's a few people that I see constantly, and I'm like, oh yeah, we definitely got to get up. Like for real, like CJ's a great drummer.
Oh yeah.
CJ's a dope drummer.
Yeah.
My goal, another goal I want to do is actually have a band. So maybe we could like transpose some of my music into like live
instruments. Yeah.
So,
the music behind it. Yeah,
man. And my homie BJ, he's always out there on Tuesday nights. He's a multi-instrumentalist. Yeah. Shout out BJ, multi-instrumentalist. He plays drums, right? I think I've seen him before. Well, he's multi-instrumentalist. Yeah. Drums,
I think I know you're talking about. Yeah. Shout out to BJ. Okay. So right now we're at that point in the show before people start to log off. Where can they find you at?
So you can find me at IG _TWIWAN or Mr. City of Medicine. Or on Facebook, the same thing. All platforms, it's the same name all the way through.
And if they want to find your music, how do they find your music?
Whichever platform you're using, Spotify, if you put in my name, TWIWAN, it'll pull up all my information. Or sometimes you got to put in, because I'm not big enough yet. So
that's why we're talking about it. That's why we're talking about it. That's why we're here.
You got to put in like my sometimes my first and last name. Put in Joyner, or you can put in Diamond by Nature, because Diamond by Nature LLC is like the name of the company that I created, and that name came from a J. Cole line. He said, "Coal under pressure, and what that make diamonds."
Yeah.
So I took it, being a black man with pressures of the world, everything I got to do is pressure. So it's like either I'm gonna come out shining, or I'm gonna just come out Britter and Dusty. So
Hey, pressure either bust a pipe or it makes diamonds.
That's it.
That's what it does. And so you got, say your name of your LLC again?
Diamond by Nature.
Diamond by Nature LLC. Diamond by Nature LLC and Twiwan Joyner. That's Twiwan. Last name is Joyner. Joyner.
Yep, that's my real name too.
That's his real name. That's his real name, Twiwan Joyner. So if you're looking to hear some of his tracks, some of his music, type his name in somewhere in your Spotify, your Apples, or your Googles, and kind of follow that tree. And you said Mr. City of Medicine. Mr. City of Medicine.
Yes, sir.
Mr. City of Medicine on Instagram and _ Twiwan.
Yes, sir. That's it.
On Instagram. So you got two Instagram pages, an LLC, a real name. We giving out government. You can find this man. If you're a rock or a metal artist and you're looking for a hip hop artist, you got somebody. Look, and if you just want to make some good music, you got somebody, right?
Yes, sir.
Taiwan's on a government name. You can't hide from that one. You can't hide from that one. All right, so we found out, we've learned a lot about you and the music that you're making and heard a couple tracks from you. Anything you want to tell the people before we kind of sign off in here?
Hey man, if you out there listening, if you got hopes, dreams, or ambitions, I would say just no matter what happens, if you can dream it, you can do it. Like if you can dream it, it's doable. I mean, because the vision came to you for a reason. So
wow,
just do it.
If you can. That's almost like one of them R. Kelly lines. If you can dream it, you can. I believe I can fly.
I believe I can fly.
I sang that like the 5th grade graduation. You know what I'm saying? A little choir. Y'all know what we're talking about.
Yes,
Don't act
sir.
like you didn't sing that too.
Right.
But hey, the words are real. Maybe the messenger, but the word, but the words are real. If you can dream it, you can do it. You got somebody over here that's really making it happen. He's putting out music. He's here on the show talking to us. He took time out of his schedule to be here. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Diamonds by Nature LLC. Got a black businessman right here trying to make something happen. A musician. I appreciate you, man. I really appreciate you. Look, so we're coming toward the bottom of our hour. Hey, it's Tuesday night. You know we're here every Tuesday from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Next week, we'll have Dame Camus Leonardo from Dames Worldwide. He'll be hosting. He'll be sitting in this seat, and he'll have LD Beats on. From Lo-Fi Lounge. So they'll have a good conversation. Be on the lookout for that. Dame always has a good conversation. He always is pulling out the tricks. So be on the lookout for that. Like I said, tonight, Tuesday, there's an open mic night over at Southline Brewing Company. And, of course, Hayti Collective Kitchen and Cocktails. I'll probably be at one or the other in the next hour or so. Hey, what do they say in this business? Don't meet me there, beat me there. Something like that. Something like that. So, yeah, man, we're going to sign off of here just a little bit early so that I can get out here and beat that traffic. Look, you've seen me sipping on tea. Hey, stay safe out here. Stay healthy. The weather's getting cold. I'm trying to keep my vocal cords good because I'm in the business of talking, so I had to drink some tea tonight. Stay warm, stay safe, keep out of this traffic. Holidays are coming up. You might not hear my voice before the holidays, so Merry Christmas, whatever you might be celebrating, all the holidays to you, your family, your loved ones. Look, it's Cameron McCarty with McCarty.Tech TV and Oak 93.5, and like I like to say, let's go live.
Hey.
Behold, Timmy, life, real life, a thing that we have been denied for far too long. Good morning, my neighbors! Hey, fuck you! Yes! Yes! Fuck you too!
Yeah. I'm stepping outside today. Peace and love is on my mind. Watch me elevate. No, you can't kill my vibe today. Get money, I maintain. Watch me demonstrate. I'm stepping outside today. I'm stepping outside today. Peace and love is on my mind. Watch me elevate. No, you can't kill my vibe today. Get money, I maintain. Watch me demonstrate. I'm stepping outside today. Sun rays outside today. I am him, yeah, they know I'm he. Still looking at me weird, you disbelieve. Sun raises on me, and you know my shine. Outside today. I am him, yeah, they know I'm he. Still looking at me weird, you disbelieve. The sun raises on me, yeah, you know my shine, but I'm third degree. Looking at the world like what's free. They want me out the picture, that's a guarantee. I am him, yeah, you know I'm he. Still looking at me weird, they in disbelief. Told you once before, I could never be anything else but astonishing. My future's bright, yeah, it's promising. I control of the power that I'm harnessing, but no one knows what tomorrow brings. So every single day I'm rejoicing. No time for that drama that you bring. Illuminate the room when I step up on the scene. I'm stepping outside today. Peace and love is on my mind. Watch me elevate. You can't kill my vibe today. Get money, I maintain. Watch me demonstrate. I'm stepping outside today. I'm stepping outside today. Peace and love is on my mind. Watch me elevate. No, you can't kill my vibe today. Get money, I maintain. Watch me demonstrate. Sun raises on me, and you know my shine outside today. I am him, yeah, they know I'm he. Still looking at me weird, you disbelieve. Sun raises on me, and you know my shine outside today. I am him, yeah, they know I'm he. Still looking at me weird, you disbelieve. I can read your energy that you sent to me. You can best believe that I handle it with ease. Get back and roll this weed. They wanna know what's up my sleeve. Don't be so naive. I can read your energy that you sent to me. You can best believe that I handle it with ease. Get back and roll this weed. They wanna know what's up my sleeve. Don't be so naive. Everything ain't what it seems. Stepping outside today. I'm stepping outside today. Stepping outside today. I'm stepping outside today.
It's 4 a.m.